I've been thinking about whether I should add some merch options to my website, and when Adobe Firefly, the sponsor of today's video, reached out to me and said that they've got some new workflows where you can literally add your logos to merch, I thought we just had to give that a try. So let's dive in and take a look at Adobe Firefly Boards. So here we are, we're on the Adobe Firefly Boards homepage, or the Adobe Firefly homepage. I see they've got a current offer on here. I'll put a link to that down in the description for you so you can grab that if you want to. But we're going to come over and we're going to click on boards. Now on boards, we'd normally kind of like start on a new board, and you can see here we've got different projects and stuff like that. But if we scroll down a little bit, we can see we've got these new workflows, and we can do all sorts of things. We can make composites, make branded mock-ups, we can restyle images, make collages. But the one we're going to do today is this apply logo to merchandise. So we're going to view the workflow. We can see here, we can take a look at this workflow. We can zoom in here to take a look at what this workflow looks like, or we can open this up in our own board. When we open that up in our own board, we are going to be presented with what the actual workflow looks like, and it's going to give us these 5 stages of what the workflow looks like, and I'm going to walk through these for you. Now you will notice up here that this workflow says it's read only. All you need to do is click on the remix option, and then that's going to open it up in its own Firefly board, and you can then use the demo items, so you can use these if that's what you wanted to do. But we've got our own project that we want to work on today. So working on our own project, what we're going to do is we're going to come over and add our logos first of all. You're going to do that by clicking on the add content option up here, and you can either do it from your device, or if it's an image that you've generated inside of Firefly before, you can do that here. What we've then done is we've added in some merch options, and what I've done is I've just used these from the stock image. Access the stock image here, and I just typed in tote bag. And you can see here we've got a couple of different options, and you literally just drag those in onto the Firefly board. Now once we've actually got our stock images on our board, what we're going to do is we're going to come over, select the bag or the image that we want to add our logo to, come up to the edit option. We're going to then choose our partner model. For this one I'm going to use Nano Banana 2. And then what we're going to do is we're going to select the actual logo. So we're going to click on this second option here, going to select our logo, and we can see that that adds that to the bottom. And then all in the bottom here, all we're going to do is we're going to ask it to actually add the logo to the bag. And that is as simple as that. We click on generate, and you can probably see from the preview up here, I've already done that with a couple of options. So we can see here, now we've actually added those, and if I can come into here, if I click load, you can see that all I've done is we've got the logo, we've got the bag, I've said add the logo to the bag, and if we zoom in here, we can see that this actually looks like it's on here. You can zoom in all the way, and it's even got the detail of the canvas bag below the logo, and it's even got like all the shadows of where the creases are, and it's done a really good job. Now it's not just bags that you could add this to, you could go in and you can start adding this to all sorts of other things. These are some other items that I've added in here. We've got some hoodies, we've got some t-shirts, and you can see that I've just been able to actually add all of these in to those items here. And even on this one here, if I click on this one here, and I got a little bit fancy with the prompt here and started playing about with it myself. I said add the logo to the hoodie in the top right hand corner of the chest area, on the front, and then on the back we want it to be larger. Okay, and that's exactly what it's done here for me, and it's got all of those creases in here, so I can actually vision what this actually looks like in an actual mock-up scenario. So I could then add those to my website, and I can have those mock-ups without actually having to spend on some of the merch first of all, so I can kind of like have a better idea as to what they will look like. And again, we've got these with the t-shirts here. I've been playing about with those. And then this one here was just me playing about with something on here. So this one here was the original image, and I came up to edit, and what we can do is we can actually come over to expand, and we can then start expanding this. So the original image didn't have a head, so I thought, oh, what happens if we actually expand it? Okay, so we come in, click expand, we can see here it's actually expanding here to actually start adding the head on here. And we can see now we can actually then just apply a head to this model. So if you've got a stock image where you've got no head and you want to apply a head, you can then now actually apply the head, and I did that the other way, so I'm going to click keep on that one, and he did it the other way, and I actually started giving him some longer legs. So if you wanted to add extra legs, maybe you want to make it a wider image for your stock or something else like that, then that's what you can do in there. But that's the workflows inside of Adobe Firefly Boards. If you've got any questions on using Adobe Firefly Boards or Adobe Firefly or any of the Adobe products, drop them down in the comments below. And until next time, thank you very much, and bye for now.